Alright students, today we will be making graphs using Microsoft Word. We're going to be doing three different types of graphs: bar graphs, circle graphs, and line graphs. The gas prices from 1991 to 2004 will be our data for line graphs. So, first step we're going to do is we're going to highlight the information we want to keep. So highlight it. And we're going to hit Control C to copy it. And then click below it, information. We're going to be putting the graph in below here. They call graphs charts in Microsoft Word. More the English word for it. Works well for us. They also call bar graphs column graphs if you want to do it up and down. You can do it side to side. Looks the same. Just comes from a different direction. Pick the first one. Okay. Now it will ask us to put in our data. We can click up here and get rid of these other two rows because we will not need them. We highlight them. Right click. Delete table columns. And then we need to expand. We need to expand our table down so we can add in what we need to paste. And just pasted in our data there. You can see it's in here. And we actually added a row extra. So we can right click and, or we don't even need to right click, we can resize. We can resize and get rid of that row. I'm going to come back up. Instead of calling it Series 1 for our graph, we want to call it Afternoon Activities. This will put this in there. So we got our data in there. Boom. It's over here. So we've got numbers on one side, each activity in a bar on the other side. Now up top we can change the colors of our bars in the setup by doing that. We can also add in things. So chart title adds the title. Can we display it above, or we could say put it in there a little bit closer. Save us some space. Axis titles help us label our things. We always want to be labeling our information because otherwise people don't know what we're talking about. And on the bottom it should be activity because that's what these are. And we can add in one for the horizontal. I like for the vertical axis or the y-axis. I like horizontal title, and we call that. And well, those are the people in the people in the activity. Because it's a bar graph, we don't really need our legend. It's pretty clear that these are afternoon, that these are how many people are in the afternoon activities from our stuff. So we can get rid of that by clicking on legend and none. We can also make our table easier to read, or this bar graph, by putting in numbers. This labels our data and lets us easily know what it goes up to. Makes reading a bar graph even easier. So now our bar graph is done. It's got a title. The axes are labeled. Each category is numbered. And we have all of our activities there. Bars go up. It's a good graph. The next type of graph we're going to do is a circle graph or a pie graph. So just like last time, we're going to highlight this data and Control C to copy it. Then we're going to come below it Actually, we're going to have to go on to the next page, come below it. Let's get our page so it's in full view. Gas prices will be there for a moment. Again, we come up to Insert, Chart. This time we want a pie graph, also a circle graph. Pies, circles, they're both round. They both make that chart. And here, we're going to do colors so we can expand it up a little bit. From here, and then we can hit paste, and it pastes in our data. And then we resize a table so it fits. And we're not making a chart about sales, we're making a chart about favorite colors. And it changes that, and then we X out of our data, and it's here. Now, when we're doing a circle graph, one of the most important things we need is our legend, and it's there. But if it wasn't, we come here under legend, and we can show the legend at the right. We can also move our legend around, maybe to the top, or to the bottom, but now we have our legend. We also might want to label the data here, put data labels in. If you put best fit, works best, and it fits in the spot Microsoft Word thinks it will go best. So there's our circle graph or pie graph. Label of the title has a legend and it's down there. So now we're going to do our last head. So we click on there, we Control C to copy the data, and then Insert, Chart. We want a line. I like the ones with the little points, makes it easier to see. And again, like the previous one, like the bar graph, and we are going to get rid of this information, so right click, delete table columns, and the table resizes. And then we paste our data in there. If we do it like this, it won't paste in all of the data. So we need to resize first. So resize. It's better to make your table of what you're putting in bigger than what you need. And it might give you a few extra spots. And you just delete those. Table will resize. Come up to Series 1. And this one was gas prices. Ooh, not gas prices. And we can exit out. And we have our thing. Now, notice because we didn't take off those last two, it might show a couple extra spots at the end. With that, we can go into Edit Data, and we just resize our chart. And it'll move those out and fill up the chart with all of our data. Boom. Now we can leave it like that. Our design is good. We can change colors if we want. Layout. Title is there. We like our title. We can add axis titles if we want. So our up and down vertical or y-axis is price. And down here is the year. We can leave the key or we can take it away. I personally don't think we need it for and it makes it so we can have more space. We can also give our data labels, and it will tell us how much. Now you can play around with how you want to do these. I like above, but you could also do below, because these two ways help make it easier to read the data. You can see instantly how much. And that is the 3 ways you make graphs on Microsoft Word. As you can see, there are many more charts, but the ones we're concerned are our bar graph, which are called column graphs, or you can do sideways by graph, pie charts, or circled graphs, and line or line graphs. And those are the ways to make those on Microsoft Word. Have some fun!